Hi, welcome. My name is Ida, and I'm gonna be doing some intuitive energy channeling for you from these books that I have today. So I have one book called the Rulership book by Rex E. Bills, and then I have a beautiful poetry book called Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Ignore all the little things get messy over here. So that's that. I'm going to be reading from these books, pulling the energy that I'm picking up. But first I'm going to start with some ohms because I feel like it's just needed to begin. So a few ohms. Feeling through that density. Okay, so there we go. I'm doing this because sometimes that helps me kind of pedal out the stagnant energy in my heart. Like in my mind, me doing this is like kind of getting the heart energy pedaling and moving, so anything that's stuck can kind of start moving and moving out, so that my channeling is feeling right. So that's why I do that. How are you? How are you? I tell you, it's like, I feel sometimes so awkward coming on here and doing these readings. Despite the fact that I really enjoy doing them, but I think it just kind of comes with this like awkwardness of kind of like, hi, I'm an intuitive energy reader. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, hi, how are you? You know, and just kind of like feeling like just a little apprehensive coming through this way, you know, because it's a little bit newer. As far as like doing it on camera and stuff. But so let's get into the book and let's see what comes out. I'm seeing fermentation, fertility. Farmer's dairy and farsightedness. If you drink a lot of dairy and you're noticing that your eyesight is kind of feels like it's suffering, that could be why. And then I saw fertility and fermentation. Drinking fermented things is helpful for that. I'll show you that. And so this is under moon energy. So if you see right here, moon, and then fermentation fairies. Fermentation fairies, interesting. Maybe you work with fairies. Try fermented foods, good for fertility. So this is like in moon energy, moon page. Hydrants, water, humor, humidity. An insane honeymoon, hyssop. Somebody really likes to do magic and like spell work on psychics, and then they're mad that the psychics know what's going on with their life after they did all of that magic on them and things like that. It's giving the energy of calling out for people spiritually and then being mad that the spiritual folk pick up the call. Spirituality being like a call of Marco Polo, essentially. Not spirituality, excuse me, but when doing spell work and magic, right? To call things in, love spells, things like that. And then using it to manipulate folk at that, and then at the same time mad that the folks are picking up the spiritual call, spearing up, sparring. I'm kind of hearing spearing up, but it's like you hit me on the cellular, you hit me on the spiritual cellular, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm calling back. Illumination, hyssop tea. Know about hyssop tea. So hyssop tea, hyssop is like an herb that is really good for cleansing the body and cleansing the heart, actually, with what I was doing. So like that could be something that you need if you have stagnant heart energy, in your heart area. Heart of a female, herbs in general. Fits, flabbiness. Somebody's having a fit because they feel flabby. Let's see. Somebody upset with the tools that I'm using, or possibility, the reality you're not really able to see. Witch hazel for the skin. Treason and tongues. Sapphire. Samos. Samoa. Pisces and Taurus. Red sand. Sowilo, the rune, the sun rune. Sowila. Soweto. Every time I hear Sowilo, I think Soweto. Like Soweto music. Sacrifices. The sacrifices folks are making. Sacrifices you've had to make. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Presence pressed for presence. Prejudice on pregnancy. a maidenhair plant, a male fern plant. Gastritis, gelatin, genitals, gentleman. Get into that one. Just rewind it if you have to. But I will show you. Gentleman. I might have to find another way to do this just so that you can like maybe follow along. Maybe that'll be easier. Ginseng, ginger, ginger me. When people say ginger me, I mean, I think it's also really interesting just how it relates to the actual supplement of taking the herb ginger, and that actual ginger makes you happy to drink. Really, like when you drink it, your body feels ginger, zest, a little bit of zest, right? Gowns, grace, godmothers, go-getter. Can't be a fairy godmother because I'm a go-getter, is what I'm hearing. Government buildings, greedy government buildings. Gratitude for a grapefruit. Grotesque, used to think they were gross. Emphasis on the emotions. Embarrassing. So I don't know, I feel that these readings may feel invasive for some because feelings is kind of like what I pull on. Ending the public enemy. So I think there's a reason for why. My readings are coming the way that they're coming right now, because there's just like other Spirit is working in a really interesting way where they're trying to cover a lot of bases in my life for me, while also trying to give messages to you. So it's like, while I am trying to deliver a message, Spirit is also weaving in some other things in order to protect me from other things that are going on. So that's kind of, and Spirit works in really mysterious ways. So I notice even with doing just like these word readings, look, I have to look up, doing these word pulls, there's a mystery in it. Chemical solutions for chemical solutions for the drain, something in the drain, stuck in the drain, chemical solution. I've seen somebody put baking soda and like club soda or something like that in a drain in order to remove a clog. Look it up and see what kind of water it is, but I know baking soda works. Slaughtering the slaying of sirens. The seductive sensual serpents. And how tempting the temptation of it, the temptation. So that's an interesting perspective, but I'm just picking up somebody like the siren energy. Kind of makes me think of earthquake, okay, hold on. Earthquake, disruptions, distant things. Earthquakes, disruption. So earthquakes in the distance, distant thing. So I guess if one has a worry that one has been coming, I'm seeing distant here, but an emphasis on divorce, and earthquakes. Disapproval, discarding, discovery. You know what I just got from that? So I got the vibe that they are actually more able to pick up when earthquakes are going to happen, or when they're more likely to happen, more than we are aware of. So almost like they have more skill to be able to, you know, kind of pick up what's going on with Earth's movements and shifts. And then they just don't say everything about it. They don't say everything about it, about like the knowledge and the wisdom that they have already. So that's interesting. Warfare, doing magic by a tree, under a tree. Fangs, fearlessness. Somebody's not afraid of your fangs. Alcohol and adventures activation. Okay. Arson and artility, aloe. So if you're having some sort of acne abrasions on your skin, try aloe vera to calm down the irritation, because it feels like ammunition is what I'm seeing, like your face is hurting because of it. Try aloe. And then there's something called all heal herb, which I've never heard of before, but it is in this book. I hope you can see it. It's down here somewhere. But yeah, aloe. Daisies, something about daisies and daughters. Easy with the drama. I've been picking that up. There's just like a lot of dramatic energy where everything is just way more dramatic than it needs to be. And it was so funny. There was a music video where somebody was like, where you see people kind of do the twitch, you know, where they're like that, and then right after I saw that in a video, I hear spirit like, why is everything gotta be so dramatic? And I'm like, that's accurate, actually. Like, things have been honestly really more dramatic than they need to be. I'm trying to think of like, where is Leo, because Leo rules drama. It's like, where is Leo in your chart? But then also, are you a Leo? You know, like, just like, how much Leo do you have in your chart? Because I'm telling you, the breaking, reeking, the breaking, and then I'm seeing reeking and breaking, breaking, the healing, the loving, the hurting. Ooh, okay. So all of these poems that I read, or little bits I read from it, are by Rupi Kaur. This one says, your art is not about how many people like your work. Your art is about if your heart likes your work, if your soul likes your work. It's about how honest you are with yourself. And you must never trade honesty for relatability. Okay. Give to those who have nothing to give to you. Selfless service. Surviving through poetry. Your voice alone drives me to tears. I have what I have, and I am happy. I've lost what I've lost, and I am still happy. How can I trust the physicality of men when you've never shown kindness to my mother? You were so afraid of my voice. I decided to be afraid of it too. All right, I'm going back to this. Let me take a little quick break. Social movements and sneezes and sneers. Solitaire for soloists. If you've ever played the game Solitaire before, like if you're bored, try Solitaire. Solitaire is a really good game for focus and competing with yourself compared to competing with others, honestly. Like, how quickly can I win this game and then like start a new one? How quickly can I? And there's all these different ones. Spider Solitaire. Like, try Solitaire. Water retention and retreats, reunions. Yes, that's what so this was something I was thinking about, a download I got of needing to bring back women being able to take sabbatical for period every month. Because honestly, I know when I give myself the time to just rest when I'm on my period and stop expecting myself to like go do extra or work harder or you know, be in that like extra hardworking emperor energy, I feel better, and then it kickstarts me to have full energy back once my period is over. So I feel like that is kind of the point of it, and that there was a time when women were able to take sabbatical for their period. Now with 9 to 5 grind time, it's like that doesn't exist anymore, and people think it's foolish that women, you know, would have that. But it's just like the more care you can give yourself, the better, right? Because it's like, it's literally, you're bleeding. You're literally bleeding. You're literally making a sacrifice. Like, you're sacrificing a part of yourself. Blood is sacrifice, right? Peace with pearls, peace with pearls. I don't want diamonds, I want pearls. They want diamonds, I want pearls. I sit back and I observe. Nubia. Nubian mind. Romantic music. Something about the scales, certain scales feeling, like certain chords and certain scales giving the musical feeling of romanticism. Lace in the lair, lace in the lair, idolatry, idiots, ideas, idealism, Idaho, illness of the illusions and the hypocrisy, honesty, honeysuckle plant. So somebody just really not wanting to be honest about how they really feel about somebody, so covering it up with something else. I am your ruler. Somebody thinking they're the ruler of just like anybody on earth that they set their eyes on. Death of a legacy because of that. Cadence. Boring. Boring cadence. Brazil. Bragging. Archangel. Maybe you need to connect with the archangel. Archangel Uriel is what I heard. 222. I think it's Archangel Uriel. No. Where are we at? 2605. Opal. And opal, opal necklace, opal jewelry, the opal stone, intellect and intelligence, letters, lungs, magazines. Men deliver gossip more than women at this point, which honestly wouldn't surprise me. Star anise is activating. Aggression. Star anise, star anise, star anise. Star anise. Butter in the canals. Butter in the canals. That makes me think butter in the canal of a in an English muffin, when the butter gets in the nooks of the muffin. Crayfish, crazy persons, chandeliers. I want to swing from the chandeliers. Unmasking. Oh my goodness. And unmasking. Obstructive. Unmasking. But you know how to nourish yourself now. Nourishment now. Poison oak. Obliteration. Intolerance of intoxication, insecurity, thinking that, or I don't know, somebody drinks and it affects kind of like their confidence to say things, or like how far they go, which usually is how it goes, I guess. Not even, I guess. Causing instability, insomnia. Insurance insanity. The expensiveness of insurance is insane. Invisible to the irony. Invisible to the irony. If you've ever been put in a situation where you know you're oblivious to something very important, but if you don't walk through to see what it is, you'll never know. Like people working to keep you in a trap of never understanding something. And so it's like you're in a position where you're oblivious. And then but you have no choice to be oblivious until you get further, like far enough on your path to understand what was oblivious about the situation. Security and a search warrant and a prayer. Waiting rooms, waiting in the water in a waiting room. Warmth, warnings. You might be going somewhere warm. Be careful of the heat of the warmth. In the salt, fresh salt water or something. So you might be going somewhere and then it's warm there, but be careful about, I don't know, I feel like yeah, just make sure you're drinking water. That's what I was getting from that. Wallets, wandering, lust, and want. Here goes this person who's like literally so obsessed. Look, stupidity, opening it up right on stupidity. The stupidity of somebody really needing everybody else to believe that like their life is so special, when it's like, if it's really that special, just make sure that you feel that way. I did get a download about like thinking about the world of if you really love yourself, right? Let's just say like this. If you are having a problem with your ego, and we all come into these times where we have issues with our ego, where our ego gets inflated, things are going really good and we're feeling really good, right? And so we're like, okay, you know, like I wanna let people know how good I'm feeling for whatever reason. You have to check yourself for whether it's extra or not. You know, whether you're being a fucking asshole or not. Only you can check yourself when it comes to that. But think of other people in the world, there being 7 other yous. So when you're on your shit and you're in your ego and you're having a hard time controlling it, think that there are other people that are you out there. And all of those yous have feelings, have needs, have desires, need safety, need their basic rights, need their basic understandings. Essentially, you're not the only you in this world. You're not the only you. You're not the only unique person in this world. You're not the only person that has desires and dreams and wants to experience and go on adventures. So when you see that, you don't want to destroy you, right? And your ego definitely isn't going to let that happen. So what are you going to do? Think of other people as another you. You wouldn't do that to you, right? Not right now. Not right now. Not at this moment, right? So try and think of other people that way and stop assuming that, you know, stop assuming that everybody, like, I'm just getting that, putting yourself on a pedestal. As someone saying, I'm going surfing on Sunday. Okay, so anywho, stunt, stupidity, stupor, stubbornness, Satan, satire, satisfaction of saturation, saturation of satisfaction, savagery, sarcasm, scars and scarves, scars, scarfs. Popular trees makes me think weed. Popular herbs maybe, or it's just the kinds that I've been mentioning at the moment. Molasses, molasses. Mona, yeah. Have you been listening to that song? Laughter, lava, law. Lawlessness, legs. impossibilities of importance, immensity, imbeciles. So I'm actually gonna end it right there. So, and ending it right on 5/26, 35/26. So, oh, those are the messages for today. All right, so follow me on this channel if you like this kind of work that I do. You can also follow me on Ida the Intuitive, my other channel. And then I'm also on Instagram, Ida the Intuitive as well. And if you want to send donations, if you're feeling in the giving spirit, my Venmo is idatheintuitive_, idatheintuitive_. So, take care, all right? And I'm gonna see you in the next one. All right, bye.